Mmiri, water. Ụwa, earth. Mmụọ, spirit. Ọmụmụ, birth. Ndụ, life. Ụmụaka bụ onyinye sitere n'aka Chineke. Children are a gift from God. It's often said that words have meanings and names have power. In Igbo land, names are songs and stories. They bear our histories and are more than a stamp of identity. Names bear a message, a meaning, an experience or prayer. They embody our heritage, philosophies, give deep meanings, and predict our path in life. This is why for Ndibo, the traditional naming ceremonies of children are an important part of our culture. Naming ceremonies are carried out to celebrate the birth of a child and perform thanksgiving rituals to the gods for the gift of the child, and to ask the gods to guide that child through their journey on earth.
Ekene m unu. Aba m bụ Chief Pete Edochie. Gọọmenti nyekwa m MON si na ibe ụlọ bụ member of the Order of the Niger. Mana o nwere onye neketele ya anya sị mba na ọ ka mma ma akpọ anya mmadụ ọra niile wee na-azaba ncha. Mana echi m ọzọ aba m bụrụ ọnọ n'enyi na be anyị bụ Nteje. Wee chibezie ndị ọzọ ebe a na-akpọ m abụ m Ikenga Oyi na Ọmabala. Abụ m Agabidu Aguleri. Echi m Ebubedike Igbo niile. Ana m azasịba ncha. When I make a new it is very important that anybody who calls himself an Igbo man should always reflect his culture wherever he goes, because he represents a people that are unique in their existence. We have a way of drawing a distinction between males and females in our traditional society. I know that we do not shake hands with our women, no. We shake hands with the men and we hug the women. We bring them close and we touch them affectionately. They can now go. The same applies to when we break kola nut. The women do not put their hands into the same saucer to take kola nut as the men, no. The man who is at the helm of affairs, who prays with the kola nut, invites the woman. She comes and he gives her the kola nut. She extends both hands, receives the kola nut, calls him by his title, sits down and chews the kola nut. Peter, of course, my baptismal name, the chief apostle. Yeah, the one who betrayed our Lord 3 times and made amends for it. You know, I am Peter. You know what it means, stone. Edochie, which is my surname, means replacement. Somebody had gone before. Somebody existed, transited, and then created some space for you to occupy. You are now taking the place of that person who has gone. That is Edochie. Oh, I forgot to mention my Igbo names, by the way. I have 2 Igbo names. One is Owadiegu, which means it's a mysterious world that we live in, and the other is Ogugwa, which is consoler. Before the coming of Christianity, or the white man, as the case may be, the people at home always believed that any child born is a reincarnation of somebody who had gone before. And it required a team to come look at that boy, do their divination, and then conclude that this is the person who is reincarnated in so and so young man. And this is why most of the time you see people bearing the names of their grandfathers, sometimes their fathers, if their father had died, that's names like Obunna and the rest of them, it simply means that we don't give names anyhow in Igbo land. Most times, the names are determined by prevailing circumstances at the time of birth. I think a few individuals may have decided that for a young man to be circumcised, he has qualified to be called a human being. Therefore, he must have a name. And then, okay, that name we decided for you. You will start answering that name today. I know that when you turn 12 in Israel, there's a function called the Bar Mitzvah, which means coming of age. It's only when you're 12 years that you attain that. Because we claim some common ancestry with the Jews, maybe because of that, a few people decide to experiment with that, but I really don't think so, because we don't circumcise adults, no.
Igbo naming ceremonies, also known as Igwafa or Epotanwa, are a common cultural practice amongst Ndibo. They vary from village to village. It is usually carried out between the 8th to 12th day from the birth of the child. The male child is prepared for circumcision, and on the 28th day, the naming ceremony is performed. Each event is usually accompanied by a feast for the relatives.
Any boy who is born, or indeed any girl, normally has more than 3 names. The father will name the child, the mother will name the child. Then if they take the child home to grandfather or grandmother, they also give their own names, By the way, the parents are free to either accept these names or drop them. They're not compelled to use them.
Ndibo believe that God, man, and destiny are intertwined, and that our names, formed from this sacred trinity, mold us into who we are. In traditional culture, an Igbo child at birth is usually dedicated to a god called Echi, who is responsible for the guidance and protection of that child. Though most Igbo parents have now adopted the Christian religion and are encouraged to give their children Western names, they still choose Igbo names to carry on that tradition in Christianized fashion. These Christian Igbo families attach Chukwu, meaning a supreme being, to their names. Both Chi and Chukwu are used interchangeably to refer to God in a Christian way.
I know that there are so many names that were handled by the white man, and it will be difficult for us to even tell that these are originally Igbo names, I cannot give you a chunk of them now, but I know that they exist. The white man interfered with our names a great deal for their own convenience, for their own comfort, because they couldn't pronounce it like those of us who owned the names. If you take the spelling of a name like Oka, Okunano, etc., if you turn round the C, put 2 dots there, and you put K-A, you have Oka. But because the white man is not used to such symbols, he prefers to write A-W. There are people who, instead of answering Ike, they answer Ike, Chike, Chaik, etc. Well, it is their belief that except those names were anglicized, they wouldn't appear to have accomplished anything. These ones were not the responsibility of the white man. They did not do this. But we, as a matter of complex, decided that if we changed our names, we'd be closer to the white man. I think we blame it on ourselves for wanting to humor the white man. You see, because of our belief in God, we try to express appreciation to the Almighty God for his magnanimity by attaching Chukwu to all those names. This is why in most cases in Igbo land, most of the names bear Chukwu, Chukwu, Chukwu.
Every Igbo name bears a meaning, and some common Igbo names include Akachi, meaning hand of God, Chukwuma, meaning God knows, Somto Chukwu, meaning join me in praising God, Nkiruka, meaning the future is greater than the past, Ogechukwu, meaning God's time is the best. Apart from some of these staple names given to newborn babies, Igbo people have coined other forms of names over the years, from romantic names like Egovinunwa, Akwugo, and Oledum, used by Igbo men to describe an attractive woman, to names that depict strength, charm, and wealth. The list is endless. Like they say, a good name is better than riches. For Igbo, our names are clear indicators of our beliefs that names play a huge role in our lives. The Igbo birthrights are an entrance gate to our culture and are fundamental to introducing and integrating our children into our communities.